Hello everybody, Scooney007 here, bringing you another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. In today's game, we've got the 12-7 Cleveland Indians taking on the 8-11 Kansas City Royals. This is game one of a three-game series between the Indians and the Royals. Cleveland comes into this game with a 5-game winning streak. They're looking to see if they can extend it. Royals looking to see if they can extinguish that and take the first game. And here is the starting lineup for the Cleveland Indians. Leading off the center fielder, Grady Sizemore. Batting second, the left fielder, David Dellucci. Batting third, the designated hitter, Travis Hefner. Batting fourth in the cleanup position, the catcher, Victor Martinez. Batting fifth, the first baseman, Ryan Garko. Batting sixth, the shortstop, Johnny Palatra. Batting seventh, the second baseman, Absur Cabrera. Batting eighth, the right fielder, Franklin Gutierrez. And batting ninth, the third baseman, Casey Blake. On the mound for the Royals, it is Gil Mache, who'll come into the game with a 3.96 ERA. 3 wins and 1 loss. He's pitched 25 innings, allowed 26 hits, 19 strikeouts, and 7 walks. We're here at Kauffman Stadium. This gives him -1 to walks and a -1 to strikeouts, and -3 to walks. And with that, Grady Sizemore steps up into the batter's box, takes a few practice swings before steps in. Home plate umpire dusts off home plate, and we're ready for the first pitch. And it is a 2-6, column 2, row 6. And that is going to be a foul ball. We're going to start this game off with a foul ball as Sizemore will smack it into the stands. He's batting a 247. 1-5, column 1, row 5, possible error on a ground ball. And that'll be a 5-2, column 5, row 2, on an error. It's going to be the number in the brackets that we check, but it's a line drive to G-Load. He'll make the catch and put one away. Let's take a look at the starting defense for the Kansas City Royals. Tejan will be out there in left field. Jesus will be in center. Golan in right field, going around the horn. Gordon is on third. Penna at short. Gundeslek at second. G-Load is on first. Buck behind the plate. And Gil is on the mound. David Dellucci batting a 231. And that is going to be a 4-6, column 4, row 6. Strikeout on a 1-11, the 16 too high. 6-6, column 6, row 6. That's going to be a double to Jesus. That's a one-hopper off the wall as Dellucci will get on with a double. Strategy roll is an 18, and with that, Travis Hefner is up. Hefner batting a 191. Strategy roll is an 18. And that is going to be a 6-4, column 6, row 4. That is a walk. On a 1-6, the 17 is too high. And that's going to be a 5-3, column 5, row 3. Fly ball back there to Tejan in left field. He'll make the catch. Dellucci will get the hold sign on an F7. We subtract 3 from the base run rating. So with 2 outs and a runner on base, we add a +1 to the base run rating, and Victor Martinez will come up. He's batting a 288. Strategy roll is a 5, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 4-4. Column 4, row 4. That is a walk. On a 1 to 2, that is a 4. It is too high. And that's going to be a 1-4. Column 1, row 4. Ground ball to Gunderslek. He'll make the catch and retire the side. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on for the Indians. We go to the bottom of the first, and here is the starting lineup for the Kansas City Royals. Leading off the center fielder, David DeZeus. Batting second, the second baseman, Mark Gunderslek. Batting third, the left fielder, Mark Teahan. Batting fourth in the cleanup position, the designated hitter, Billy Butler. Batting fifth, the right fielder, Jose Golan. Batting sixth, the third baseman, Alex Gordon. Batting seventh, the first baseman, Ross Giolone. Batting eighth, the catcher, John Buck. And batting ninth, the shortstop, Tony F. Penna. On the mound for the Indians, it is CC Sabathia. He'll come into the game with a 2.10 ERA, 3 wins, no losses. He's pitched 30 innings, allowed 24 hits, 26 strikeouts, and 4 walks. DeZeus batting a 190, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 5-2, column 5, row 2. We're going to start this game off going to the ballpark card for the Royals. Anytime the @ symbol comes up, you reserve the play using the ballpark card. We're going to go to Kauffman Stadium, 3-1, column 3, row 1. And that is going to be a fly ball back there to Sizemore. It's a double star 5. Sizemore will make the catch and put 1 away. So let's take a look at the starting defense for the Cleveland Indians. DeLucci will be out there in left field. Sizemore in center. Gutierrez in right. Going around the horn, we've got Blake on third. Palacio will be at short. Cabrera's playing second. Garco at first. And Martinez is behind the plate with Sabathia on the mound. Mark Gunderslek batting a 305, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 6-2, column 6, row 2. Strikeout on a 1 to 7. That is a 6. Struck him out. And that is 1 away, and that's going to bring up Mark Teahan. Teahan batting a 247. 2 away, nobody on. 3-2, column 3, row 2. Strikeout plus. Now, Teahan being a left-handed batter, so on the pitcher card we look to the left-handed side of the slash when it's a split like that. And that is going to be a 23, because remember, on a strikeout plus, we add 10 to the strikeout range, -1, so we're adding 9. That's where we get the 23. That is a 60. And here, strikeout looking. And that will retire the side, so no runs, no hits, no errors, and none left on as the Indians retire the Royals in order. After 1, we're tied at 0. We go to the top of the second. Ryan Garco, Johnny Palacha, Absur Cabrera due up for the Indians. Ryan Garco batting a 238. 5-4, column 5, row 4. That is a strikeout on a 1 to 9. The 16 is too high. 1-2, column 1, row 2. That is going to be a single to Golan. And that'll be, and with that, Garco is on with a base hit. Johnny Palacha is up. He's batting a 319. Strategy roll is a 12. And here is the pitch. 2-1, column 2, row 1. That is going to be a hit by pitch. Gil will give a -10. That makes it a 0. The 16 is too high. 3-2, column 3, row 2. Fly ball back there to T-Hat, and he sees it, makes the catch, and that'll put one away. Cabrera is up. He's batting a 283. Strategy roll 15. Cleveland holding off. Runner on first, infield at double play depth, and here is the pitch. 5-4, column 5, row 4. Strikeout on a 1-11. That is an 11. Struck him out. And that is going to bring up Franklin Gutierrez, who's batting a 286. And here is the pitch. Strategy roll, by the way, is an 8. Cleveland holding off. And that is going to be a 5-4, column 5, row 4. Strikeout on a 1-10. That is a 2. Struck him out. And that will retire the side. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors. And once again, the Cleveland leaves 1 stranded. We go to the bottom of the second. Billy Butler, Jose Golan, and Alex Gordon due up for Kansas City. Billy Butler batting a 219. And the pitch, 4-3, column 4, row 3. Possible error on a throw. We go to Butler. 4-5, column 4, row 5. And that's going to be a fly ball to Gutierrez. And that'll be out number 1. 1 away, and that's going to bring up Alex Gordon, who is batting a 269. 4-1, column 4, row 1. That's going to be a walk. Ranges on a 1-5, 18, too high. 6-4, column 6, row 4. That's going to be a base hit into left field. And with that, Jose Golan is on with a base hit. Strategy roll is a 20. Anytime a 20 comes up, it's going to be a pickoff attempt. On a 1-3, it's a balk. On a 4-6, it's a pickoff. It's a 7. Nothing happens. 2-6, column 2, row 6. That's a range play. So on a range play, we check the first number in the outfielder. And whose range are we checking? That is going to be column 2, row 6, double star 5. That's going to go to Sizemore. It's going to be a fly ball to him. His range is on a 1-3. That is a 1. He'll make the catch. And that'll put 2 away. And that's going to bring up Ross Geelode, who's batting a 204. Strategy roll is a 4. Royals holding off. And here is the pitch. 1-3, column 1, row 3. Strikeout plus. That's a 24. That's a 1. Struck him out looking. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and the Royals will leave 1 stranded. After 2, we're tied at 0. We go to the top of the third. Casey Blake, Grady Sizemore, and David DiNucci due up for the Indians. Casey Blake batting a 388. 5-2, column 5, row 2, at the ballpark. We're going to go to Kauffman Stadium. 1-5, column 1, row 5, and that's going to be a single in the right field to Golan, as Blake will get on with a base hit. We go to the top of the order. Grady Sizemore, 0 for 1 today. Strategy roll is a 9. Indians holding off. Infield at double play depth, and here is the pitch. 3-1, column 3, row 1. Strikeout, 1-9. The 11 is too high. 6-1, column 6, row 1. It's a ground ball to Penna. He'll make the catch, however. We'll check for a double play rating. That's going to be a 1. That makes it a 3. We take 1d6 rolled against the 3. Gil will give a 0 to that. That makes it a 6. 6 with a 3? Nope. On a roll of a 6, the only play is at first. Blake will go to second. And with that, Sizemore is out at first. And that's going to bring up David DeLucci, first out of the inning. DeLucci is 1 for 1 with a double. Strategy roll is an 8, and here is the pitch. 6-4, column 6, row 4. That's going to be a walk on a 1-4. That is a 6, too high. 4-4, column 4, row 4. Fly ball back there to the Zeus. He'll make the catch. And that'll be out number 2. However, Blake will subtract 2 from the base run rating. That is a 2. That is a 2. Blake goes over to third. And Cleveland now has a runner in scoring position. Travis Hefner up. He's 0 for 1. Strategy rolls a 2, and here is the pitch. 3-4, column 3, row 4. That's going to be a walk on a 1-6. That is a 5. And we now have runners on the corners. Victor Martinez batting a 2. He's 0 for 1. Strategy roll is a 3, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 4-6, column 4, row 6, strikeout, 1-5, 14, too high. 1-3, column 1, row 3, it's a pop-up. Gunderslek will get under it, and that will retire the side. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, but the Indians will leave 2 stranded. We go to the bottom of the third. John Buck, Tony F. Pena, and David DeZeus due up for Kansas City. John Buck batting a 237. 3-2, column 3, row 2. That is a blank. Buck 3-1, column 3, row 1. Double star 1. It's a ground ball to Cabrera. He'll make the catch, throw it over to Garco. Out number 1, 1 away, and that's going to bring up Tony Pena. Pena batting a 214. 3-4, column 3, row 4. Possible error on a ground ball. 2-2, column 2, row 2. That's going to be a single to Garco. Error range, it's a single up the middle, sorry. Sabathia's error range is a 0, no error check, and the batter is thrown out at first. Could not beat the throw, and that'll put 2 away. We go to the top of the order. David DeZeus, 0 for 1, and here is the pitch. 5-1, column 5, row 1, strikeout plus on a 1-14. That is a 9. Struck him out. So no runs, no hits, no errors as the Royals will go down in order after 3. We're still tied at 0. We go to the top of the 4th. Ryan Garco, Johnny Palatra, and Absura Cabrera due up for the Indians. Ryan Garco is 0 for 1, and here is the pitch. 1-3, column 1, row 3. That is a blank. Garco being a right-handed batter, so on the pitcher card, we look to the right-handed side of the slash. 5-5, column 5, row 5, and that's going to be a fly ball back there to Golan, who'll make the catch, and that'll put 1 away. Johnny Palatra is up. He's 0 for 1, and here is the pitch. 2-2, column 2, row 2, walk plus on a 1-17. That is a 6 now, walk plus. Same as a strikeout plus. We had 10 to the range. -3, so we're adding 7. That's where we get the 17. And with that, Palazzo will trot on down to first. So 1 out, runners on first and second. Infielder has that double play depth. Strategy roll is a 14 as Cabrera will come up. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. And here is the pitch. 6-2, column 6, row 2. Range play. Whose range are we checking? 5-2, column 5, row 2. It's a fly ball to Tian. His range is on a 1-4. That is a 5. It just barely got over, and that's going to be good for a double. Palatra will go to third. He's waving around home. He'll come home if the roll is less than or equal to his base run rating. That is a 2. We'll check the first die. That is a 2. And Cleveland will strike first and gets on the board with an RBI double. It's 1-0 Indians. Gutierrez is up. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Strategy roll is a 16, and here is the pitch. 1-5. Column 1, row 5. Possible error on a ground ball. And that's going to be a 5-1. Column 5, row 1. That's a ground ball to Gunderslek. His error range is on a 1-3. That's an 18. No error there. And that is going to be an out at first, but Cabrera will go over to third. Runners advancing, balls hit the first, second, or the catcher. 2 outs, and it's a pickoff attempt. So strategy rolls a 20. It's a pickoff attempt. On a 1-3, it's a pickoff. On a 4-6, it's an error. It's a 5. It's a pickoff error. That's going to score a run as Matche will throw it wide to Gordon. And with that, Cabrera will come in and he'll score standing up. Casey Blake, 1 for 1, and here is the pitch. Throws it wide and actually throws it into the dugout. 6-1, column 6, row 1. That's going to be a walk on a 1-6. The 19 is too high. 1-2, column 1, row 2. Fly ball back there to Golan. He'll make the catch. And that will retire the side. So 2 runs, 1 hit, and no errors. And none left on. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Mark Gunderslek, Mark Tian, Billy Butler drew up for Kansas City. Mark Gunderslek 0 for 1 with a strikeout, and here is the pitch. 2-3, column 2, row 3, strikeout on a 1-7. The 6 in range struck him out. Mark Tian 0 for 1 with a strikeout, and here is the pitch. Tian 6-3, column 6, row 3 at the ballpark. We're going to go to Kauffman Stadium. 4-1, column 4, row 1, double star 6. It's going to be a fly ball to Gutierrez. He'll make the catch. And that'll put 2 away. Billy Butler up. Butler is 0 for 1. The pitch. 5-1, column 5, row 1. That's a blank. 3-6, column 3, row 6. Ground ball to Palatra. He'll make the catch. And that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, and no errors as the Royals will go down in order. After 4, it's Cleveland 1, Royals nothing. We go to the top of the 5th, and it's the top of the order. Grady Sizemore, David DeLucci, and Travis Hefner do up for the Indians. Taking a look here at the number of batters Gil can face. He can face 8 more batters before he's considered tired. Grady Sizemore 0 for 2, and here is the pitch. 2-6, column 2, row 6, wild pitch. It's a foul ball as he'll smack it into the stands. 5-2, column 5, row 2. at the ballpark, we're going to go to Kauffman Stadium. And that is going to be a 4-5, column 4, row 5, and Gil will smack a double into left field. So Sizemore will lead off with a double. And that's going to bring up David DeLucci, who is 1 for 2 with a double. Strategy rolls a 6, and here is the pitch. 2-3, column 2, row 3, home run chance on a 1-4. That is a 1. It needs to be a 10 or less. It's a 16. It is too high. 3-3, column 3, row 3. Fly ball back there to Goulden. He'll make the catch. And that'll put 1 away. Sizemore will hold at second. 1 away and a runner on second. That's going to bring up Travis Hefner. Hefner 0 for 1 with a walk. Strategy roll is an 8. Infield at normal depth. And here is the pitch. 1-6, column 1, row 6. That is a blank. 3-5, column 3, row 5, pop up, G-load, first base. Makes the catch, puts 2 away. Victor Martinez is now up. He's 0 for 2, and here is the pitch. Strategy roll is a 16. And that is going to be a 1-4, column 1, row 4. That is a blank. No, that is a strikeout plus, sorry. Martinez is a switch hitter. He's batting left today. That makes it a 15. That is a 10. Struck him out looking. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, but they do leave 1 stranded. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Ross Goulden, Alex Gordon, Ross Gilo due up for Kansas City. Ross Goulden 1 for 1, and here is the pitch. 2-2, column 2, row 2. That is a walk. On a 1-5, the 20 is too high. 5-5, column 5, row 5. That's a double out there into right field. And Goulden will lead off with a double. Alex Gordon 0 for 1. Strategy roll is an 11. Infield at normal depth. And here is the pitch. 5-6, column 5, row 6. Strikeout on a 1-11. The 15 is too high. 5-4, column 5, row 4. It's a fly ball back there to DeLucci, who will make the catch. And that'll put 1 away. Goulden will hold. Ross Gilo up. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Strategy roll is a 10, and here is the pitch. 6-2. Column 6, row 2. Strikeout. 1-4. 12 too high. 4-5, column 4, row 5. That's going to be a ground ball to Blake. Will make the catch. And that is going to be a 6. Runners advance only on a roll of a 6 if it's hit the third base. So Goulden now in scoring position. The out is at first, so he'll throw it over to Garco. And 2 away. John Buck. 0 for 1 with a runner now in scoring position. Strategy roll is a 12, and here is the pitch. 1-1, column 1, row 1. That's going to be a wild pitch on a 1-3. It's a 7. Nothing happens. 3-6, column 3, row 6. That's a fly ball to Gutierrez. That's a fly ball to DeLucci. He'll make the catch, and that will retire the side. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on for the Royals. We go to the top after 5. Cleveland 2. Royals nothing. We go to the top of the 6. Right. Ryan Garko, Johnny Palatra, and Absur Cabrera due up for Cleveland. Taking a look at Gil Meche, he can go 4 more batters. Ryan Garko is 1 for 2, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 4-6, column 4, row 6, strikeout on a 1-9. That is a 5. Struck him out. And that'll put 1 away. Johnny Palatra 0 for 1 with a walk and a run. And here is the pitch. 1-3, column 1, row 3. That is a blank. Palatra. 5-5, column 5, row 5. Fly ball back there to DeZeus. He'll make the catch. And that'll put 2 away. Cabrera is up. He's 1 for 2 with a double, a strikeout, a run, and an RBI. And here is the pitch. 2-6, column 2, row 6. It's a wild pitch. Foul ball for Cabrera. We'll re-roll that as Cabrera will smack it into the stands. 1-6. Column 1, row 6. That is a blank. 4-6, column 4, row 6. That's going to be a base hit to Gundelslek out there in second base. Runner on second, that's going to bring up Franklin Gutierrez, who is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Strategy rolls a 6, and here is the pitch. 2-1, column 2, row 1. Hit by pitch. That's a 3. The 18 is too high. 3-5, column 3, row 5. Ground ball to Gordon. And that will retire the side. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on for the Indians. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Tony Penna, David DeZeus, and Mark Gundelslek due up for Kansas City. Tony Penna 0 for 1, and here is the pitch. 3-2, column 3, row 2. That is a blank. Royals down by 2. Sabathia can face 12 more batters before he's considered tired. 5-1, column 5, row 1, double star 5. Fly ball back there to Sizemore. He'll make the catch. And that'll be out number 1. Top of the order, David DeZeus, who is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. 3-3, column 3, row 3, strikeout. On a 1-4, the 11th is too high. 5-4, column 5, row 4. That's going to be a base hit to DeLucci. And with that, David DeZeus will get on with a base hit. Mark Gundelslek, who is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Strategy roll is at 9. And here is the pitch. Runner in first, infield at double play depth. 6-2, column 6, row 2. Strikeout on a 1-7. The 9 is too high. 6-5, column 6, row 5. Ground ball up the middle to Sabathia. And that is going to be a fielder's choice. DeZeus will get thrown out, will get forced out. Cabrera is the pivot, so we'll throw it over to Cabrera. He'll force him out at second. And with that, Gundelslek is on with a base hit by fielder's choice. Two outs, runner on first, pickoff attempt. It's a 7, nothing happens. Tian is 0 for 2 with a strikeout, 1-1, column 1, row 1. That's going to be a wild pitch on a 1-3. It's a 1. And Sabathia throws a wild pitch. Gunderlich will go over to second. 1-1, column 1, row 1. However, that is a ground ball to Palatra. And that'll be out number 3. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and the Royals will leave 1 stranded. After 6, it's Cleveland 2, Royals nothing. We go to the top of the 7th. Casey Blake, Grady Sizemore, and David DeLucci due up for the Indians. And with that, Gil Mache is done. We do have a new pitcher on the mound for Kansas City. And with that, they're going to bring in Hiroki Ramirez. We haven't seen much of him. That is his card. So Ramirez will come into the game. No ERA. He did pitch 1 1/3 of an inning, allowed 1 hit, no strikeouts, and 1 walk. Taking a look at the stats here for Gil Mache, he went 6 innings, allowed 6 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, and ERA of a 3.77. 9-1-2 in the lineup for the Indians, and here is the pitch. And that's going to be a 5-4, column 5, row 4, strikeout on a 1-9. That is a 7. Struck him out. Struck him out, and we go to the top of the order. Grady Sizemore, who is 1 for 3 with a double. And that is going to be a 4-3, column 4, row 3. That is a blank. 4-6, column 4, row 6, base hit, past Gunderlich. So Sizemore is on with a hit. 1 out, 1 on. Strategy rolls a 14, infield at double play depth. David DeLucci, 1 for 3 with a double. 6-3. Column 6, row 3, possible error on a ground ball. 5-1. Column 5, row 1, ground ball up the first baseline to G-Load. His range is on a 1-4. That's the number in the bracket. It's a 14, no error there. And however, it is going to be an out at first. Sizemore will go to second. 6 only play is at first. 2 outs, runner in scoring position. Travis Hefner up now. He's 0 for 2 with a walk, and here is the pitch. Strategy roll, by the way, is a 10. And that is going to be a 3-5. Column 3, row 5. That is a blank. 2-1, column 2, row 1. Ground ball to Gunderlich. It's a ground ball to Gunderlich as we sing. Take me out to the ball game. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on for the Indians. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Billy Butler, Jose Goulin, and Alex Gordon due up for Kansas City. Taking a look at the box score after 6.5 have been played here at Kauffman Stadium. The Indians scoring the only 2 runs in the 4th inning, so 2 runs on 7 hits, no errors. Kansas City, they scored 3 hits, 1 error, and they have been shut out through 6. Butler. Sabathia can go 8 more batters. Butler 0 for 2, and here is the pitch. 1-2, column 1, row 2. It's a range play at Kauffman Stadium. 5-5, column 5, row 5. Fly ball to Sizemore. His range is on a 1-3. That is a 1. Sizemore will make the catch. And that'll be 1 away. Jose Goulden 2 for 2 with a double. And that's going to be a 3-3. Column 3, row 3. Strikeout on a 1-9. The 12 is too high. And that is going to be a 2-4, 2-6. Column 2, row 6. Ground ball to Palacha. He'll make the catch. Throw it over to Garko. And that'll be 2 away. Alex Gordon 0 for 2. And here is the pitch. Gordon 2-5, column 2, row 5, double question mark, single on a 1-14, 17 too high. Double question mark is the only thing we follow right now because even Sebastian is not tired. 2-6, column 2, row 6, double star 5. It's a fly ball back there to Sizemore. He'll make the catch, and that will retire the side. So no runs, no hits, and no errors, and none left on as the Royals will go down in order after 7. Cleveland 2, Royals nothing. Because the top of the 8th, Victor Martinez, Ryan Garko, and Johnny Palatra due up for the Indians. And with that, Ramirez is coming out. And they are going to bring in Leo Nunez. Actually, they're going to bring in Yasuhiko Yabuta. Yabuta's going to come in. That is his card. And with that, he'll come into the game with a 3.33 ERA. He's got no wins and 1 loss. He's pitched 2 2/3 innings, allowed 3 hits, 3 strikeouts, and no walks. Taking a look at the stats here for Ramirez, he went 1 inning, allowed 1 strikeout, no ERA. And with that, G-load, they are going to make a quick change here. Jason Smith is going to take over at first. Mike Alvarez will take over at second. And then at right field, Mitch Mayer will take over there. So those are the changes right now. Victor Martinez trying to limit the damage. Martinez is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. And here is the pitch. Now, Yabuta does have a special K rating. We'll talk about that when it comes into play. 6'3". Column 6, row 3. That is a blank. Special K range is on a 1-5. That is the first thing we check when we roll for the batter card. That is a 5. Struck him out. And that'll be 1 away. And with that, Ryan Garko is 1 for 3. And the pitch. Garko 2-6. Column 2, row 6. That is a blank. 15, outside of the range of the special K, 4-2. Column 4, row 2, fly ball to Tejan. I'll make the catch, and that'll put 2 away. 2 up, 2 down. Johnny Palatra is 0 for 2 with a run and a walk. Palatra taking the hit. 5-3, column 5, row 3. That is a blank. And that's going to be a 16 outside of the range of the special K. 1-2, column 1, row 2. It's a ground ball to Penna, who'll make the catch. And that will retire the side. So no runs, no hits, no errors as the Indians will go down in order. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Jason Smith, John Buck, Tony Penna due up. And with that, Sabathia still on the mound, still looking strong. Smith batting a 200. And here is the pitch. 2-6, column 2, row 6. By the way, no changes to the Indians' defense on that one. It's a range play, 1-5, column 1, row 5, range to Sabathia. His range is a 1. That is a 3, and that's going to get by him. So Smith is on with leads off with a base hit. As the great Gene Rayburn would say, the Royals would need 2 to tie, 3 to win. John Buck, 0 for 2. Strategy rolls a 6 runner on first. Infield at double play depth. Royals holding off. 1-3, column 1, row 3. That is a blank. 6-6, column 6, row 6, double star 2. That's going to be a ground ball down to Blake. Will make the catch. And that is a double play. Cabrera 0. Sabathia 0 there. That is a 3. Dyro is a 1. And he'll turn the double play, and here comes Tony Penna. 0 for 2, and here is the pitch. And that's going to be a 2-4, column 2, row 4. That is a blank. 5-2, column 5, row 2. That is a base hit to Cabrera. Penna on with a base hit, and we go to the top of the order. David DeJesus, who is 1 for 3 with a strikeout, and here is the pitch. Strategy rolls a 17. Royals holding off. 2-6, column 2, row 6, range play. Whose range are we checking? 2-6, column 2, row 6. It's a single to Garco. His range is on a 1-2. It's a 2. He'll make the catch. And that will retire the side. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors. And 1 left on after 8. Cleveland 2, Royals nothing. We go to the top of the 9th. It's going to be Absur Cabrera, Franklin Gutierrez, and Casey Blake due up. They're going to keep Agubuta on the mound. Let's take a look at the box score after 8 innings have been played here at Kauffman Stadium. Cleveland scoring the only 2 runs in the 4th inning in this game, and the Indians have kept the Royals shut out after 8. It's 2 runs on 7 hits and no errors. Kansas City, no runs, 5 hits and 1 error. We go to the top of the 9th. Will we see some 9th inning magic? Absur Cabrera, Franklin Gutierrez, and Casey Blake due up for the Indians. Cabrera is 2 for 3 with a double, a strikeout, a run, and an RBI. 5-1, column 5, row 1. At the ballpark, we're going to go to Kauffman Stadium. 19 outside of the range, 5-1, column 5, row 1. It is a single to DeJesus. And with that, Cabrera is on with a base hit. Strategy rolls are turned off. And the reason they're turned off is we take the difference in the score. In this case, it's a 2-run game. We add that to the inning, and we get 11. If the number you get is higher than 10, you don't roll for strategy until that number is brought down under 10. Franklin Gutierrez, who is 0 for 3 with a strikeout, and here is the pitch. 1-3, column 1, row 3, possible error on a throw. 12, outside of the range, 6-2, column 6, row 2, double star 6. That's a fly ball to Jesus. Error range is a 2. Giles is... And Mike is a 0. No error there. And that'll be out number 1. Yabuta is tired, however, 1 out. Casey Blake is up. He's 1 for 3 with a strikeout. Runner on first, and here is the pitch. They're going to leave him out there. 2-5, column 2, row 5. That is a blank. 5-2, column 5, row 2. However, special K rating is an 11, is a 1-4. That is an 11. 5-2, that's going to be a single to Penna, and that'll hold. And that's going to do it for Yabuta. Yabuta will come back, and they are going to bring in Raymond Ramirez, who's going to come in, get the call up. That is his card. Ramirez will come into the game today with a 3.40 ERA. He went 5, no wins, no losses. He went 5 1/3 of an inning, allowed 4 hits, 6 strikeouts, and 1 walk. Taking a look at the stats here for Yabuta, he went 1 1/3 of an inning, allowed 2 hits, 1 strikeout, and ERA of a 2.25. Responsible for the runners on first and second. 1 out, Grady Sizemore. 2 for 4 today with a double. 4-3, column 4, row 3. That is a blank. 2-1, column 2, row 1. Ground ball to Smith, who'll make the catch. And that is going to be on a fielder's choice. Cabrera will go to third. Blake to second. And the out is at first. So runners on second and third. David DeLucci is up. He is 1 for 4 with a double. And here is the pitch. 1-3, column 1, row 3. That's going to be good for a base hit. 1 run will score. Blake on third. He's waved around. He'll go from second to home on a 1 through 6. That is a 4. And that clears the bases. 2-run RBI single by David DeLucci. It's now 4-0 Kansas City. Hefner 0 for 3 with a walk. And here is the pitch. 4-2, column 4, row 2. That is a blank. 1-1, column 1, row 1. Ground ball to Smith. He'll make the catch. And that will retire the side. 2 runs, 3 hits, and no errors. And 1 left on. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Mike Aviris, Mark Teahead, Billy Butler due up for the Royals. And with that, CC Sabathia enters the 9th inning. Mike Alavis taking the hit. Sabathia staying out there, 4-5. Column 4, row 5, strikeout. On a 1-6, that is a 4. Struck him out. Mark Teahen is 0 for 3, and they're not letting Teahen take the hit. And with that, Sabathia is tired. Travis Deckner will come in to pinch hit. And here is the pitch. 5-6, column 5, row 6. Strikeout on a 1-13. That is an 11. Struck him out. And Sabathia on the verge. Billy Butler, who is 0 for 3, stayed in, taking the hit. 2-2, column 2, row 2. That's a walk. On a 1-7, the 20 is too high. 5-4, column 5, row 4. Double start 2. It's a ground ball to Blake, who'll make the catch. And that's the ball game as the Cleveland Indians shut out the Kansas City Royals 4-0. And the Royals will go down in order. Sabathia pitching a complete game shutout. Final line score coming right up. What a game. The final score, 4-0 Indians. Cleveland, 4 runs on 10 hits and no errors. Royals, they were shut out in this game. No runs, 5 hits, 1 error. CC Sabathia will pick up his 4th win. Gil Mache will pick up the loss. Taking a look at the stats here, Sabathia went the distance, 9 innings, allowed 5 hits, 7 strikeouts, 1 wild pitch, an ERA of a 1.61. Gil Mache will pick up the loss. He went 6 innings, allowed 6 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, and an ERA of a 3.77. And taking a look here, Yabuta, who went 1 1/3 of an inning, allowed 2 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 1 strikeout, an ERA of a 6.75. Ramirez, who took the last 2 outs for that inning, he went 2/3 of an inning, allowed 1 hit, an ERA of a 3.0. So that is going to do it for us here at Kauffman Stadium. The Indians will improve to 13-7, and the Kansas City Royals will drop to 8-12. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and a thumbs up on your way through the turnstile. And remember to click that bell notification to be notified of when new videos in the 2008 replay go up, and when I go live with all of the Philadelphia Phillies games. Until then, I'm Scooney 007. We'll see you for another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. Until then, take care, everyone. Bye-bye.